Hey Guru, Namaskara, Namaste, Vanakkam.
El deseo de todo inmigrante de poder llegar hasta otro país como destino es muchas de las veces un sueño, pero el saber que existe una mínima posibilidad de poder hacerlo nos empuja a realizar cosas y sacar valor dentro de uno mismo. Hola, mi nombre es Julián Contreras, nuevo residente de Canadá. Vente para acá. En esta ocasión, te presento el caso particular de un universitario, quien entre varios países escogió Canadá para venir a estudiar por un año y así poder establecerse en este país una vez terminada su carrera técnica de solo 2 semestres. Pero antes que nada, quiero dejar claro que este video es solo para informar y no es para dar ningún tipo de asesoría legal. Conozcamos a Jagadeesh.
Hey guys, my name is Jagadeesh. I'm basically from India. I'm from down south, one of the famous Silicon City which is most visited for business. I'm from Bangalore. I'm coming from a middle class family where I'm being educated with a Bachelor's of Engineering Mechanical. Here in Canada, I came around 2022 September. It's been a year now and everything is going good. All I would say is I have another 2 more years here in Canada, and now we stand here. I finished my college. I'm into a good job now. I came here only because of a good settlement. I have a family of 3, so I came here to Canada as an immigrant only for the well-being of my kid. As a mechanical professional, all you need to do to come here is you need to have your English language test score, which is above 7. If you have 7, it's really good. I had an IELTS band score of 7, so I had an opportunity in 4 to 5 colleges. I chose Sheridan in that. Second thing, you need to have your PCC done, and the third thing which you need is you need to have a valid passport. There's one more requirement if you want to come here. You need to have a very good background, it's not that very good background. You need to have all your documents ready, which is for your part. In my case, the documents here I mean on my bachelor's degree, on my school, on my college, all the documents you need to prepare. Apart from that, WES is not really required, but yes, if you submit, it's really good. It's an advantage on approving your visa. I would make my process really smooth. So I was referred by some of the professionals who were already here in Canada. So I went to a consultant. The consultant here I mean is the immigration consultant who has immense experience through the immigration process and who has the latest updates on the IRCC documentation process. So I went to a consultancy known as AICS Group. They are based out in India. There are a lot of success stories who are already been working here and have a permanent settlement here. There are 3 good reasons I chose Canada. One reason is I'm a traveler. So as a traveler, Canada has a lot of beautiful places. You can have good food, good air, and the rules are really good. Second thing is I do have a family. If I want to make my family really safe, I did a lot of background research. I thought Canada is the safest place. Third thing, for my profession as a mechanical engineer, there are a lot of ample amount of opportunities available all around Canada. So for example, now I'm in Ontario. If I want to go back to Alberta, which is a oil and gas hub, I have tons of job opportunities there. So when I settle, I settle my family. Canada has a very good path. Canada has a very good stream where you can find tons of opportunities to settle. And one last thing I would like to say is, if you have kids, the education and the hospitality services, everything is free. The cost of my study permit was roughly around 15,000 Canadian dollars. So I had to save a lot for that. So I had some savings back home. I would like to thank those people who helped me contributing for my study permit or the educational fees to come here. I would say thank you. Most of the stuff revolves around money. I would say money is really important to come to Canada. It's not only your efforts, it's also the financial part. If you're very good in sponsoring your college fees for the first year, you take irrespective of what program you take. Either it might be a 1-year program, either it might be a 2-year program. All you need to do is gather your first year funds to get your visa approved. The second year and third year, I think you can manage by getting some jobs here. I would like to say, for everything, you need finance. You need some money to show in the bank for you to pay the educational fees and for you to survive here. I took a plumbing from Sheridan College for 1 year because it's good enough for me to enter Canada through this education. Why plumbing? Plumbing is something which is close to my profession. First thing, if you want to get your visa approved, you need to select a course which is something very close to your career experience, very close to your work experience. As a piping engineer, I used to design a lot of stuff. So piping and plumbing is nearly the same. I thought plumbing would add extra wings to my career, so I chose plumbing. This might be also one of the reason. Might be my visa got approved. Are you carrying some fruits? Are you carrying something? So these were the basic. There's a kiosk machine which you need to enter. Unfortunately, I had to miss my flight from India to Canada. So I landed here in Canada. 2 weeks later, the immigration officer told me the college has already been commenced. What did you take? Why did you take so much time to land here? This was a very surprising question for me. I was not prepared for that, but still, you have the answer for that. I told them, I missed my flight, and all I had to do is I need to make sure I join the college because I have paid my fees. The next question which they asked me was, are you sure you are attending the classes when you missed the flight? I told yes. The other thing was, if they're finding skeptical, they're gonna ask you, do you have your college portal login ID and password? Can you log into that and show it to me? You have a dedicated page for you where you can see your course content. I said yes. All these 2 weeks, I made sure I attended online classes. So I opened my phone. I accessed the airport free Wi-Fi. I logged into my phone. I logged into my laptop. I showed both of them. See, here is my plan. Here is the schedule of my classes. I need to be there at any cost. So they said, okay, here you go. That's it. Good. So all I wanted to say is, be prepared for this question also. Make sure you have your login ID and password for the college. Life in Canada is pretty much awesome. It's up to you how you shape up your life in Canada. First thing you know very well, before you choose Canada, you know what is Canada. Canada has a very rough weather. At times it can go to minus 30. So gear up for that weather. Second thing is, nobody comes to you and gives you a job. It is you who need to put in all efforts to land up in a job. Most of the people come here to settle. The first pathway to settle here is PR, the permanent resident. Canada has a lot of opportunities. Canada has a lot of programs which invites you to permanently settle here. All I need is a job. As soon as you finish your education, you can go anywhere in Canada to work. You can go to Atlantic provinces to get a job offer. If you get a job offer in any Atlantic province, you get a PR. I'd like to say, before I came here, I was quite prepared. I should book a homestay or I should book an Airbnb stay before I come here. So back home in India, I opened my Airbnb app and I booked the accommodation which is nearby to college just for 1 week. You need some money to book for the Airbnb. So have your credit card, have your Visa credit card ready to book the Airbnb stay. Or if some people like to stay in the college residence, good, go ahead for that. If you're ready to sponsor for that. But yes, a lot of people like me who would like to come here and then search for a new place, I would say Airbnb was a good option. I found some house which is an individual room. I booked an Uber. I went directly to the Airbnb stay from the airport. For now, I have finished my plumbing. I got my graduation. I have landed up in a very decent job. I'm working for a company wherein I'm appointed as a piping design engineer. I'm working as a 1-year contractor in this company. All I would like to say is I have landed in the right job. All I did is, after my college, I just updated my LinkedIn. They called me, can you come over for an interview? I said yes. I landed the job. They pay me well. They pay me by my hours, and I'm good. So I have a job now as soon as I finish my college. That cannot be in all the case, but yes, if you put in your efforts, you can definitely land in a good job. The plans for my future is to settle down here in Canada because I have a lot of reasons to settle in Canada. I want to bring my family here. That is also one of my future plans. And Canada has a very good option of giving a dependent work permit. As I have my wife, I have a dependent work permit which I need to apply for. And she has the opportunity to work here. Since I am here, the spouse can be a dependent and they can work full time here. Second thing is, Canada is very, very, very vast, and Canada has really a labor shortage. They need people here. If you come here in Canada as an engineer or as a doctor, you need to obtain your local Canadian engineering license to work in the particular field. For that, you need to write some exam. So all I would like to say is be prepared for that. Do not expect you will get the same job which you used to work before. If you land in here, you will get a job where you would end up nearly the same as your job responsibilities which you were having before, but not exactly 1:1. So be prepared. You have all your experience documentation ready. When any employer here in Canada accepts you as their employer, you need to submit all your work experience documents which will be background verified. So make sure as a professional you keep all your experience letters ready. Second thing is have a Canadian style resume. When you have your Canadian resume ready, make sure before coming here you have your Canadian resume ready. Make sure you have your work experience documents ready. Make sure you bring all your soft copy certificates at least. That is all they need. you need to be very careful in booking flights to Canada. Make sure you book a single carrier flight. When you book your flight, stay with one airlines. Make sure you keep this in mind. Have only one transit or maximum 2 transit with the same carrier. So I landed here 3 weeks late for the college only because of this blunder. I was under the intention of saving money, but unfortunately I ended up missing my flight, missing the money too. But still, I booked my flight through an agent. It was he took that responsibility of rebooking my flight. But yes, it involved a lot of time, waste of time. 3 weeks is a lot of time. You miss a lot of classes. You need to cope up with the assignments. You miss a lot of tests. Do not be hesitant about money. It might cost you an extra $100 or $200. It can keep you really, really hassle-free. Don't look for the money, because it's one time you're traveling. It's your first time traveling. Make sure you end up in the right way. So I had to wait for 3 more weeks from the agent to rebook my flight tickets. That night will be a nightmare for you. That night's gonna be a nightmare for you. You go into visa with all your luggage. You don't end up boarding that flight. How is it gonna feel? You lose all your hopes. You feel demotivated. Be precautious. Be cautious. ಗುರು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಗೆಲುವು 100% ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಸೊ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾವುದೇ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಜಾಬ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಕೆಲಸ ಆಗಿರಲಿ, ನೀವು ನಾಗರಿಕತೆಯಿಂದ, ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆಯಿಂದ, ಆಸಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ 100% ಗೆಲುವು ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.